It's time for our last game of the day, guys. This is it. There won't be a game after this one. There's nothing left on the schedule.
Nope. I'm just
We
gonna
kind of
do
got to this
some.
one by accident.
Yeah, I'll probably just end up doing some replays after we sign off together. So it'll be fun.
Indeed. Indeed. All right, well, let's get into this, guys. We're back. We're back all the way in what would have been a round one game, but got delayed here to the end of the day. This is AR versus memes in Group 8.
Gotta go back in time.
I know. I love that song, man. Little Huey Lewis
Oh,
just to end the day here.
oh
All right,
yeah.
Zath, talk to me about the AR lineup. What are we looking at?
I'm so glad that you asked because I'm already looking that way. We've got an Ohio and a Yamato for our battleships. And for cruisers, they've chosen to bring an extra cruiser. We've got a Nevsky, a Moskva, a Des Moines, a Salem, and a Yoshino, and then a Gearing and a Daring to round off the destroyers.
Indeed. Both teams opting for a 5-cruiser lineup here on North. From the south, memes bringing Montana and Kremlin, Nevsky, Des Moines, Stalingrad, and Salem with the little T-Rex radar, as we like to say. And then
Yes.
rounding things out with a Gearing and a Z-52. Valtiel's still in the Z-52 here on North, Zath.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember. Did he win that game he was in when we covered it before?
They did not. Remember,
Yeah.
Memes lost that game.
Yeah, that's
Memes lost
right.
the game. Valtiel got really aggressive. He pushed way through the middle of the board. Do you remember?
Yep, that was against
And ended
CCTV
up
on Islands of Ice.
right.
Yep, I remember.
Correct. He ended up losing to the Z-52 torpedo he took in the stern. So.
Right. Look at this maneuver, though. Look at him just going deep into sea like this. This is super aggressive. Not sure I like it, but he's turning. He's spotted the Ohio for his team. I love that space camel, by the way. And what are you laughing at over there, sir?
My chat. The people, people are like, I don't remember seeing this many ads before. I'm like, we do this all the time. If you've watched King of the Sea on my channel in the last year and a half, you are seeing, and you haven't seen this many ads, it's because you haven't been paying attention or you've been a sub. It's that simple.
Yeah, I need to
Anyway,
apologize.
moving on.
I've forgotten to do some of mine. Oh, Rift
It's
Pro.
fine.
Beautiful dodge by that Des Moines there,
Yeah.
Rift Pro. Both
Bounce
AP
most of
shells from, I think it was the Yoshino, maybe Nevsky, and the Yamato as well. Good dodging, but he should never have been in the position to be shot at anyways from that position.
Yeah,
look at him now.
He's in a very aggressive position here on the bottom end of the B cap. He's kind of mirroring Skid Row's position on the top end. Ripro taking one where he's going to be pointed out of the cap.
Yep.
Valtiel in a gunfight with the Daring. No. Yikes. Okay.
Right.
Radared by the Des Moines in a gunfight with the Daring. That's not a place I would want to be in as F-52, right? The Daring, his guns are pretty good, and he's got heals and you don't. So why court that advantage early?
But Valtel is being radared right now, so he might as well shoot. He's detected anyways. And you can see he's not shooting anymore. So he shot the first salvo because it's that 20-second time, and he knows he's going to be detected for about another 20 seconds. So
but he just gave up half his health. I mean...
But that's not because he shot his guns. That's because he was out of position. He was too aggressive early on. Skid Row caught him because of that as a result, and then he lost half his hit points. That's a him problem, quite frankly.
Fair. That's true. You're not wrong about that. All right, so we're looking at memes. They're onto the A cap now. Don't believe there's going to be anything that AR can do about that. Actually, Grand War is just inside Manco's radar range. There comes the radar. They're going to just barely catch Grand War. But the Kremlin is absolutely going to tell the Nevsky what he thinks about this garbage. Good hit on Grand War from the Nevsky. Wow. But Silverstorm's Kremlin, come on. I'm waiting for the shot on these guys.
Oh, Queen Anne's Revenge
they're just
too.
wrecking Grand War's Gearing right here. They took away over half his HP in a matter of seconds.
That's the power of that one radar.
The battleships never bothered to respond by firing at the radar cruiser. That feels bad. In fact, Silverstorm's stern turret now going in on Skid Row's Des Moines over here north of the B cap.
Meanwhile, we've got Death Snail versus Island Camping going on at C cap. Why aren't they shooting
4 minutes in, lots of jockeying for position, lots of health disappearing, nobody owning a cap circle yet.
Bad spot. There it is, redneck tuba. Just
oh
my God, we need that sad tuba sound right now.
Oh, Redneck moved up too far, and the Ohio punished him for it. Rainmaker just pummeling him with his main battery there.
That's right.
18-inch shells all over the place.
That's right. And you know, keep honking, I'm reloading. You know he is.
Yeah, now he's on double fires from the Ohio secondaries as the Salem is all over him as well.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Zath, if I'm that Ohio, I might
Yes.
seriously be considering kind of pushing in, right? They know where the gearing is. They know where the Z-52 is. What's gonna stop? What's gonna slow down a battleship push at this point?
Did you notice he's
The Mon-
exactly doing just that? He's hitting
I
full
mean,
W.
the Montana's position kind of in down here on the 6 line is relevant, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be in a position to do something to the Ohio, but if you angle the Ohio well enough, it's not gonna be significant. He can get up here and punch these cruisers in the nose.
And Mayhem is looking right there, and you can see that's the Transformers Collaboration 1 camouflage with Optimus Prime in turret number 2. You're welcome.
I feel like Menor Draco is in your chat going, "Hey buddy, checks in the mail. No problem. We got you covered. We got you covered. We got your what's the word? Your share. There we go. Your share's on the way.
My cut's coming. I
Your
mean,
cut. There it is.
I
That's
just,
right. Your cut of the profits.
I'm sorry. I love Transformers so much. To see Optimus Prime in battle is fantastic. I just wish that they put the trailer in battle too, because it's only available in port.
You and Cinema, right? You and Cinnamon out of the the
Cinnamon?
the new guy they
Yes.
hired. Yeah, he is a massive Transformers super nerd.
He's even nerdier than I am when it comes to Transformers. Just a heads
He
up.
really is. It was a little terrifying to watch that stream.
Now look at
Anyways,
Rainmaker
back to the game.
continuing to push around, knowing that he really doesn't have much to threaten him other than a Montana.
Yeah, the Des Moines is not a threat. He's gonna get up here and punch. He's gonna get up here
Now-
and punch Brandy in the nose, just like
This
stop
part
him.
is part is important. Look at Bruhasias as Moskva. Brilliant decision to
He's
stop and beach.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
he has to wait for the Ohio to get through. If he comes through first, he's going to come in out broadside and he will get slapped to oblivion. Rainmaker is going to make it rain for Redneck, though. It's raining
He's gonna
secondaries
try.
right now.
His bow turrets are already in position now. Brandy's been
No.
fighting this very
There it
well.
is.
He's been putting full pins into Rainmaker's bow. They do take out the Salem. Here
See-
comes the rest of it going into
Yep.
Brandy. Oh my
Yep.
god!
And
Look
that's
at
what I
that
was-
salvo.
That's what I was just going to mention. Look at
Yeah.
that triple death pick right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But what Rain was
Really
waiting on purpose. He
traded.
wanted to kill
Yes.
the other ship with his secondaries and kill the other ship with his mains, and he almost
And
did
he
that.
got it. He almost got it. But I mean, what a great trade. You traded a battleship for 2 super critical heavy radar cruisers. Like,
Yeah.
that is a really good trade. It's going
Right.
to leave them in total control of this cap. David's gearing is going to come in from the 9 line and pick this cap up. That's going to allow them to balance things out with the A cap that they don't own over to the west.
Yeah. It's a great trade. I only wish that he would have been full W instead of taking that slow creeping time, because he, as you
Yeah.
mentioned, he lost so much health to getting AP pinned in
Yeah.
his nose. Oh well.
Yeah, he lost a ton of HP just getting up to that position, but the timing works out, and
Mhm.
AR makes a good trade with their battleship. It might feel a little bad right now, but I still feel like they came out okay.
Right.
The B cap is where all the action is for the moment, or at least where all the drama is. You've got Bonks' F-52 and Rip Rose Des Moines,
Ugh.
both at about half health, working the bottom end of the cap.
Yeah.
Skid Row and Gran Eureka's Daring on the top end, much healthier.
Oh yeah. I would say though that the B cap fight is more of a sitzkrieg right now. I think that they're in position, but they're just both sides are just kind of waiting to see what happens to
Agreed.
the other side here for some sort of decisiveness. And of course that happened over at C cap. So I'm sure now Memes is saying we got to make something happen. And Valtail now detected for a second.
Well,
Oh
that's
God
because
no.
Des Moines, Skid Row has got his radar up, I think, or if he doesn't, he will
He
soon.
does now. He just popped it.
Somebody's got their radar up on Valtiel. I think it might actually be the Moskva radar.
Bruhasias is Moskva,
All-
I think I saw, yeah.
It is. Brohesius has got Valtiel locked up on radar at this point. Val's going to skip away on about 5,000 HP. Not a great trade there.
It's not, but Gran Eureka's Daring has equally gotten slapped, and I think that's worth
Yeah,
noting
he got
too.
slapped pretty good. It is. He's healed some of it back, but he's definitely going to have to rotate back off the cap for a bit. He's still lit. Rip Rose Des Moines has still got him locked up on radar.
Mm-hmm.
He's not out of there yet. He's
Just
finally
lost
behind
it.
some cover, and he's finally just lost detection on him.
That's
So
right.
still though, a
Here
Memes
comes
is
Yamato
working about
shells.
a 30-point lead here as we approach the halfway mark of the match. This is still anybody's game to win.
And as you mentioned,
So
it's do or die for both teams.
it really is. They both teams desperately need this win if they want to advance into day 3. Or yeah, day 3 because day 2 is only for the other groups. So now it's a question of how are they going to make this happen, Zath? If you're let's look at the whole map here.
Hmm.
If you're AR, put me in the head of the AR caller. What are you thinking? What's your play?
AR is all about dealing with C. Now, interestingly enough, did you see how AR moved their ships out of C and they're redeploying to B, but from the north? That's
Yes.
questionable, but I guess they're afraid of a Montana with Nevsky in support. So I don't like that. I would have rather pushed my ships down, but
They're gonna get Valtiel, I think, Zath. He's on
yeah,
290 HP.
yep.
Goodness.
So for AR, obviously their play is going to be B, and they're trying to position their ships to attack B from both sides, north and from east. I don't know that I agree with that personally. Brahasius is there. Goes Moskva's in a great
There's
shot,
Valtiel.
and
Big kill.
and notice as well he can keep moving with his bow forward on Mr. Mayhem's Montana, and he really doesn't care too much. So that's a pretty strong position for him.
However, if you look to the, if he while he's in this gap, the Kremlin might
Mm-hmm.
have a shot.
Uh
Does
huh.
Silverstorm see it? He does not. Silverstorm's guns aren't even looking that way. And by now he's missed the shot.
It's too late. Brahasius, a full
Too
W,
late now.
just got right across
Yep.
there. And now look at Repro. He's going to go down. We're going to just do a preemptive rip
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, Ripro, he's going to lose his ship here. The Moskva, somebody's going to get him. There it is. Big
Brilliant.
Moskva push through this gap here on the 6 line really pays off big for AR. They move out to well over 150-point lead with 8.5 minutes to play here in a do-or-die game for both teams.
Yeah, so I don't like the decision to at least pull the gearing. He could have stayed out there and torpedoed the hell out of the Mayhem. Instead, the
Well,
gearing is
they're trying to get on the B cap, I think.
right, but the gearing is so far back. I don't know that it's worth waiting all this time for the gearing just to get in position to go in when you've got 2 radar cruisers. Well, technically 3 radar cruisers in the
Well,
area.
and you've got a 3-ship lead. Now,
Well,
Brahasius is going to take a big hit from Mayhen's Montana right there. Not able to angle very well to that, and it's going to end up costing him his ship. But he's certainly made the most of his time in this position, claiming a couple of big kills along the way.
Yep, there he goes. Grand War in the gearing is also on his way out, but oh my goodness, he managed to dodge all of that. Now, go back to that Des Moines encounter. One of the things that was brilliant by the Des Moines is he actually citadeled Brahasius' Moskva, because the Moskva had over-angled to the Montana, and as a result, lost a good chunk of hit points that I'm sure he would have loved to have had just later.
Mayhem's going to be able to step into C and pick that cap up if he wants to.
Oh,
On the other end of the map, Grand Eureka's already picking up the A cap.
look at Silver Storm. He had a brilliant broadside shot on the Nevsky, but the Nevsky said, nah.
Nah, bruh.
Oh, but the
Mayhem.
Montana!
Mayhem from downtown. How long was that shot, Zaf?
Oh my goodness! I like to say
24 and change.
those
What
shots.
a shot!
Those shots had an in-flight meal, ladies and gentlemen, as they came in, and took them out. Brilliant shots,
What a
ladies and gentlemen.
shot! What a shot from Mr. Mayhem's Montana. Puts Memes up a ship now. As they're gonna bag. See, they're gonna trade caps here. 6.5 minutes to play. The team's basically in a dead heat.
Yep.
Tied at 474 points.
Yep.
AR is going to tick out to a small lead before Memes picks up that cap over at B, and there it is. Oh, and another kill.
Danham goes down. He took a gearing torpedo and then follow up from the Yoshino killed him.
Oh, that's a big kill, Zath. AR now on a 2-ship lead again.
It is, and I was just going to comment how if that gearing had stayed at C, it would have slowed down the advance of Mr. Mayhem's Montana. Might have kept that Nevsky alive, but anyways, Mayhem getting the cap and coming around the back. You can see now Skid Row and Hyperion both hitting full W, saying, "I want none of this."
Yeah, they can't stay there anymore. Mayhem living up to his name.
But look at Skid Row though; he came out right in front of the Kremlin. Oh, but the Kremlin's looking somewhere else.
Who's not even looking at him? Who just took a shot at Queen Anne's Revenge? I feel like Silverstorm has kind of had tunnel vision this game, Zaf. Do you feel that way? It feels that way to me.
Absolutely.
It feels like he's had one target and he's like, "That's my target," and he has not really been looking for these what could have been hugely impactful, alternate shots, for lack of a better way to
And
put it.
and I'm sure his team is now screaming at him to shoot this Des Moines, and there it
Well,
comes.
he just did.
But he slowed down, and look at the torpedoes.
Well, he's gonna dodge the first salvo, but the second salvo is gonna land too, which might end his game because the Yamato hit him pretty hard a minute ago.
Oh,
Not
720.
enough,
There
but
it
there it
is.
is.
One
There
tick
it
of flooding,
is.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh
Skid
my
Row down to
goodness.
222 HP, but he's still on the board.
Nope.
The
Oh,
Yoshino
Skid Rows,
claims
yeah.
the gearing finally. It's a 4-ship lead now for AR. Only the Nevsky and Mayhem's Montana survive. Wow, what a
Oh my
bloodbath.
god. What a bloodbath indeed. And that's, ladies and
Memes
gentlemen, King of the Sea.
Memes desperately needed this game, and it looked for a time like they might have clawed their way back into it because of Mr. Mayhem's push and that shot on the Nevsky. But the next 2 minutes, everything coming up AR, and I don't think Memes has got the firepower now, Zach. I just don't see it.
I would agree. I would completely agree. So at this point, what needs to happen for Memes is they have to essentially do a meme push. They both have to shove themselves into B and just hope that they can make something work. And Karn, you can see, is going in the middle. That's a little early for that radar. That'll detect the Salem. And you can see Mr. Mayhem going for the northern part. They're going to try to get into B at the same time.
They can see the gearing. They can see the sail. In fact, they can see everybody now. They know where everybody is but the Yoshino and Queen Anne. And they see Queen Anne because Queen Anne just fired. Actually, no. Queen Anne got that shot for free, Zap.
He did.
Yikes.
He did. Oh, radar
Yikes.
picking up David's gearing. That's an oof right there.
Yes.
Can the Montana
Yep,
also...
well, it's
almost.
12 on the radar. It's a question of whether or not he's still lit when Mr. Mayhem comes around the corner, and he isn't.
Nope.
He isn't.
Woof, that would have been catastrophic.
Up over 800 points, 3 minutes to play for AR. Memes trying to find a way back in. Ooh, shots going out on Skid Row. This might be it.
Nope.
No.
Blind shots over the island.
Guesses, they're blind shots. They can't see him. Yeah, they're having to guess.
3 minutes to go.
Mr. Mayhem. Mr. Mayhem turns in and he just takes half his surviving HP from the Yamato off to his right flank that he knows is there, but he can't see.
And he needs to go. He can't afford to not turn into B. But look at these gearing torpedoes.
He's gonna take at least 2 of these gearing torpedoes right in the bow.
Right on the tip.
Oh, just brutal. Just the tip, Zaf?
Just the tip. Now, if Mayhem goes down, you'll see another feature of the Transformers content, which is you'll see the spark from that Transformer fly up into space. But I don't think he's going to go down here. As Nevsky goes down.
As Mr. Mayhem, the last surviving member of the Memes team, trying to do a little bit of justice here. His secondary's now going chugging away at Skid Row. That could be it. It is. He gets it. The secondary kill. But look at these gearing torps coming into starboard, Zath.
Yep, and just about here, you're going to see possibly that spark go up. Look for it carefully.
Nope. No time.
It doesn't happen. No time.
No time as AR holds fast, wins the game. They'll be moving on to day 3. It was a close run thing for Memes, but they're not quite able to pull it off. They needed this win. They didn't get it. And their King of the Sea is now over.
And now their watch has ended.
And now their watch has ended. Good game to both teams, but AR claims the victory.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh. And there it was.
And there it was. What a day with that stretch.
Day 1 of the books.
That's right.
A little bit of an overrun there with that extra game, but I'm not going to complain.
I will not complain about having a bonus game to cast. I will not.
Indeed. Well, that's it. We be done. So let's briefly talk about what is coming tomorrow, Zath, and then I don't know about you're gonna hang out, right? I'm done.
I'm gonna hang out for a little bit, just do some regular replay analysis. Yep. So we're gonna have to cut the stream because of the 5-minute delay. I'm gonna have to go in and change that, and I'm gonna start the stream fresh again. So be on lookout for that. But anyways,
cool. All right, so here's what's going to happen tomorrow, guys. We're back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, same start time as we had today. Real briefly, Zath. Let's recap the lineup of games that we should be casting tomorrow. Let's do that real briefly.
Okay, give me 1 sec here.
You got that list?
I'm gonna put that.
I'll pull it up.
I'll recap, but I'm also flipping over so that my viewers can see the groups tomorrow, so they can kind of see each of the groups.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy indeed. Okay,
Fancy,
so
fancy. All right,
uh,
go for it.
all right, so game 1 is going to be Group 9 AOD versus Schnarf. Game 2 is going to be Group 14 Treta versus Wonderland. Game 3 is going to be Group 13 Salts versus FFG. Game 4 Group 12 Fail versus Salvo. Game 5 Group 11 QCN versus Bammel. Game number 6 Group 10 F4E versus Bears. And Game 7 is Group 15 Salsa versus A Ship.
Awesome. So those are our 7 scheduled games for tomorrow, guys. And remember, at the end of all of that, we'll have a show match with the streamers and the referees while the admins go away and crunch the numbers to make sure they've done all the math right. And then I believe, and I got to talk to Italian. We will be, I think we'll be doing the draft, the live draft of the teams for day 3, but I'm not positive of that. It might be done in the background, and we'll just get to report about it and talk about it after the show match is over.
Yeah, I think that's the hope is to have us available, but it all comes down to timing, of course. If something like what we just saw happened here, we might be doing it live, or
we might not.
We might not. We might have the show match and then just see something else happening.
Early days of King of the Seas, Ath, as you well know, is all about fluidity and flexibility.
You need to be more flexible.
Flexible. That's right. That's right, Mrs. Incredible. All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna call it there, Zath. This has been a good stream. I'm gonna head out. I'll send my guys over to you so that you've got a nice, good, solid pack of viewers to start the day.
Hey, hold on.
What?
Go take a look at the results for group for today, and
okay, hold on.
I thought you kind of went over a recap, but there's one group that I'm noticing here. Look at Group 4 and Group 7. Group 4 and 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Group 4 has a 2-way tie for 3rd place.
So what probably happens here, and this is a speculative thing, we'll have to ask the admins how they break these ties. My expectation is that so in Group 4, and I'll put the TTV back up in case it comes up. In Group 4, you have a tie for 3rd between ICOP and 386 LV, but 386 LV has a forfeit. My suspicion is that forfeit will cost them 3rd place. That's a guess. But I think that's okay.
Heartbreaking. That's painful.
And then what was the other group?
Group 7?
Group 7. Let's look at Group 7. Group 7. The tie was
never mind. We just saw that one.
We just saw this one. That was Zero Alibi, and well, we needed to know what Andy's results. So Andy's lost their game as well. So the question is, who won the heads-up match between Zero Alibi and Andy's? Let's look. Zero Alibi, Furia, Zero Furia and Arlen, Dale.
Might still be going.
They didn't play each other. That's the one team they didn't play in 5 games, Zach.
Okay, so how's that going to be handled?
So there's no head-to-head matchup. So that's a really good question. I don't know.
Let me ask.
I have no idea. Ask. I'm curious. So you remember the weird Finns FBR shenanigans, Zath? The Finns guys asked me, they're like, we called a restart in less than 2 minutes. And I said, I believe you, man. I just don't understand. I'm baffled why nobody got, like, FBR didn't get the message.
Right.
And he said, and this was a while ago, he was like, yeah, we're still dealing with it. And in the end, FBR actually ended up forfeiting that match. I don't know why, but that's what happened. So very odd. Strangeness abounds here on day 1. Oh, actually, RLN is in this 3-way tie in Group 6 too. I'm staying out of it. Let them figure it out.
As per the so per the rules, they're going to add the points for each win at the end of the battle.
Right, the rules. Yeah, that's right. They add the points up. Yep. That matters.
So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. That's going to take a while for them to go back, check all the replays, figure out. We're not going to stick around for that.
I'm not sticking around for that.
There's also a 3-way tie in Group 8, and this time for the 1st place between GGWP, AR, and CCTV2. So my guess is they're going to do the same thing for seeding purposes. Because all 3 of those got 12 points. They all won 4 battles. Oof. Goodness.
Tester's like, looks like you didn't get your drops enabled. I was like, yep, they've been enabled for 3 years, and I'm on the list for drops. Apparently, the same thing happened to both Foaming Jetty and Flamu on the EU tie today. So, I got nothing. Anyway, I'm hanging it up now.
Hmm.
I'm gonna raid you in a few minutes once you get your countdown all figured out. So I'll wait for you to figure that out, and I'll send some
Yep.
of yours over you. In the meantime, guys, we are back 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, right here tomorrow. Day 2 of King of the Sea. More group stage action. I hope to see you then. I am out of here. See you.
All right. See you guys. Thank you very much. And stick around. We'll continue doing replay analysis on this channel for probably another half hour, 45 minutes or so. So if you're very close to finishing your King of the Sea container, you definitely want to hang out so we can get you that container, okay? What's going to happen is I have to cut the stream and then I have to go and I have to change my scene collection to my normal replay theater, turn off my delay, and put all that together. So guys, just bear with me. It's going to take about 30